none of us comply. So what, do we all just punch and shoot?
I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
You know, it's hard to start reviewing or talking about Marvel movies because I've had such a rough history with them. And I've kind of very late to the game. I'm pretty sure there's 8 octillion movies and TV shows I would need to talk about before I talk about this one, but I'm doing it now, so here we are. Sidetrack. Anyways, even during its golden hour of Phase 3, I started getting Marvel fatigue and superhero fatigue pretty early on, but I've pretty much enjoyed most things up until the end of the third phase. Everything afterwards has been kind of hit or miss. It's hard. It's either you get Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum of Solace, or you get Guardians 3, or you get a Shang-Chi. Or hell, even last year's Deadpool and Wolverine made me surprised. And damn it, here we go again. I didn't get to talk about Captain America Brave New World, but I'll be honest, thought it wasn't that great. And here we are with Thunderbolts. I'll just flat out say it right now. I enjoyed this movie, which is very surprising. When I saw the first trailer, wasn't kind of into it. It wasn't until I saw that second trailer where I was like, you know what? I'm kind of into this. And here's the thing, I'm kind of a sucker when it comes to these anti-hero redemption movies, especially since, for the most part, I like where most of these characters came from, and I've liked them. A band of mismatched anti-heroes uniting and fighting together to get through a goal. And it was entertaining seeing them bounce off one another. Florence Pugh as Yelena is the core of the movie here, and she's such a fun presence on screen. And you know what? She has a good amount of heart in herself, and she's kind of the heart and soul and the, I guess I could say, like the emotional core to this movie. I feel like she bounces off with her co-stars very well, including David Harbour. It's funny that David Harbour already popped up twice in my short career of doing this. Dude gets around, I guess. But I guess in talking about these two characters, I'll talk about them in Black Widow. I enjoyed them in Black Widow. They were really good there. And same here. These two just have amazing chemistry together. And he has good chemistry with all those around him. At the same time, he's somehow managed to be funny and charismatic. Even though this is a pretty stacked cast. Sebastian Stan returns as Bucky, Wyatt Russell returns as Walker, aka Captain America from AliExpress from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then we have Hannah John Kamen as Ghost from one of those Ant-Man movies. Those were the ones I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of. I think it's the second one, but she's great in here. They all are great together. All of them have moments that really play off each other, and them together, trying to work together, best parts of the movie, hands down. I personally felt their bond grow as the movie progressed, and I buy the cheesy team up at the end of the movie. I really feel like they are slowly coming together as this team. It's hard to do that, but I enjoyed how this movie does it. And yes, the action here is fun, it's entertaining, and it's really well choreographed. There's a lot of very good stunts in here, and a lot of good fight scenes. But overall, the shining aspect about this movie are the characters. And I'm glad they let the writing and the character development take front and center here, because that's what's needed. I like the themes a lot in this movie as well. They really hit home for me, and I like how the movie handles its more delicate topics about isolation, finding your center. I could see Cinema Therapy definitely doing a piece on this when this comes out. And it's really weird to say this, but I like how the conflict resolution, I like how the main villain, I like how everything wrapped up. It wasn't so stereotypical. It was very nuanced. There was a lot of nuance to it. I don't know. I liked it. I can maybe see how others wouldn't, but I like how the conflict was resolved. That being said, it was a little abrupt, and we'll get into some issues here. Again, the biggest one for me is the movie just kind of ends. The last 5 minutes of the movie is just really, it just cuts off, like almost like they ran out of like budget or something, or time to make it, because it just kind of ends. And to me, that's a little weird, just the way it just, there's the ending happens, or the main villain is put down, the conflict is resolved, and then 2 minutes later I'm watching the end credits. I don't know, it was a little weird. how they did it. And also one character just kind of pops up, and I think they're going to be part of the main cast, but then they just kind of, that line is finished, and it's really awkward and is sadly a waste of time. And I just felt like they could have done a little bit more with that character. Either way, it's a little weird. The second half of the movie does kind of get a little messy, but overall it manages to wrap itself up. It's kind of like when you're eating a plate of food and everything's a bit messy, the presentation isn't there, and that's how I feel about the latter half of the movie. But it still tastes good. I really enjoyed this one, guys. This is the last film in the Marvel's Phase 5. It's been rocky, like I said, since Phase 3, and I hope things get better from here. Thunderbolts is really fun, weirdly enough very heartwarming, surprisingly very sweet, and a very moving movie.
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
Out of the gajillion Marvel movies to come out, which one's your favorite? Tell me down in the comment section below. And if I had to pick one, that's a tough one. I think I've already made one Blade reference in the past month, but I'd have to say it's a tie between that one, Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier, or Logan. And like I said, shout out to Deadpool and Wolverine. With that being said, guys, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.